wrist. Diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game. It's my big bronze boogie, got all them girls shook. My big fat got all them boys cooked. We're from dollar bills, now we popping rubber bands. Bruno sang to me while I do my money dance like, hey. Flexing on the gram like, hey. Hit that Lil Jon, okay. Oh yeah, we dripping the finesse and getting paid.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. Yeah, I know we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you off. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Blaming on my confidence. I'm blaming on your measurements. Shut down on sight. That's right. Yeah, I hit dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit dripping in finesse. You know it, you know. I hit dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit dripping in finesse. You know it, you know it. Now slow it down for me, baby. 'Cause I love the way it feels when we grind. Yeah, our connection's so magnetic on the floor. Nothing can stop us tonight. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Blaming on my confidence. I'm blaming on your measurements. Shut down on sight. That's right. Yeah, I hit dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit dripping in finesse. You know it, you know. I hit dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit dripping in finesse. You know it, you know it. Fellas, grab your ladies if your lady fine. Tell her she don't want for life. Ladies, grab your fellas and let's do this right. Do this right.
We also have some players that are just getting their collection levels.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Sacramento, where the Kings will be going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. All-Star Week is rapidly approaching. Whoa, and there it is. Whoa, that is rapid, that thing. Yeah. Who do you think benefits the most from this break in the action?
Oh, guys nursing injuries. You know, if you have a minor injury, this is a great time to get 3 or 4 days to just kind of chill out, get healthy, get some treatment. And the older veterans, they could just rest up because this is maybe a 10th year in the league. You're like, okay, I need a break.
You know, it's a good mental break for everybody, all the players. And coaches, they can sit back and have strategy assessments, player assessments, all type of assessments and accessories.
Yeah, and if anybody needed a mental break, it's you. Here's Kevin Harlan with the call.
Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The Sacramento Kings here at home in an interconference matchup. Should be a good one. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year. They controlled everything in both games last year, going 2-0.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
And that makes it interesting. They don't know each other all that well, so we should see a lot of in-game adjustments.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, Ben Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football. It may be one reason he's so comfortable attacking defenses and creating. He said, you have to read the defenders, draw them, then get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to get tackled. Well, that's a foul in the NBA, but I understand his sentiment. Guys?
And David, he is not shy about contact at all. Thanks. And right around this time of the year, some teams spending long stretches on the road. Chris, that's difficult. It's got to be tough, I would assume, for players to deal with that, teams to deal with that.
It does get tough. Long road trips, travel, you're staying home from your family. You haven't seen your family and your friends. But I tell you what it does as a team. Coaches love it because it builds camaraderie, it builds chemistry. Now you have time to go to the movies and hang out with guys on your team at a restaurant or just hanging out. And what does that do? It brings you a little bit closer together because now you're building a relationship that's not based on basketball. These long road trips allow you to be together, to get to understand and know each other in ways maybe you haven't before. And believe me, it's been many times on the court. I've joked with the guy on my team about something that had nothing to do with the game, and it brought us to even play harder because we had an inside joke about something else. Who wouldn't want to play with their friends, right? Who wouldn't want their friends to challenge them? And that's the type of relationships you build on these long road trips.
Take a break.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Chandler and Embiid are together down low. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. And the first one at the line is good. You know, C-Webb, J.J. Redick has just continued to age well. He's a fantastic player now into his 30s.
Well, Redick keeps adding to his game, but the shooting never changes. He shot well over 40 from deep for his career. Redick is a player who doesn't rely on his burst or his first step to score. I mean, he can keep playing like this for a long time.
And so he makes both from the line.
And once he gets into a groove like that, you can just count him.
And it's Sacramento's ball. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
De'Aaron Fox, another hyper-athletic point guard out of Kentucky. Great size at 6'4". He can impact the game at both ends.
And he knocks down the first one. And De'Aaron Fox made his mark at Kentucky with his terrific on-ball defense. He puts a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up 94 feet, and that's really how you set the bar for your team, with how hard you compete at the defensive end.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
What sticks out about Fox is his speed. He's one of the fastest guys in the game at both ends of the floor.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. So we'll see Ben Simmons go to the line here. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox.
Well, think back to when Ben Simmons was first drafted as the top pick in 2016. Everyone knew he could be a playmaker as a small forward. But really, he functions fully as a point guard when he's out on the floor.
One shot.
And Chris, Simmons, a player that almost transcends the traditional basketball position.
Now, he's a playmaker, plain and simple. He has the height and vision and skill to line up anywhere. Simmons, he could be viewed as a generational talent when it's all said and done.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game. '76ers on defense. 4-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Yeah, if you can be that much better on the glass, you're going to win the game.
You know, you watch Ben Simmons play, and it isn't a surprise, Chris, that he's a threat to go off for a triple-double every time he suits up.
Well, Simmons is going to have a lot of triple-doubles in his career. Great size and a knack for the ball when it comes to rebounding.
Shooting two.
That's good from Simmons.
Well, the Kings, they're trying to draft high-character players from winning programs. I mean, that's a good blueprint for their turnaround.
He's off on the second. And the Kings, a team bedeviled in the past by chemistry concerns and C-Web diverging priorities. This young group feels, to me, different.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully it is a change. They seem to root for each other, and that's something to build on. I mean, I think they have good camaraderie in the locker room, but they're going to have to prove it every night out there. But these young kids are going to be fun to watch if they just go out there, try to get better every day and have fun.
Here's Shumpert after Ben Simmons' bucket. Back to Fox. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. Fox, no good. Quick start here for the 76ers in this one. Here's Simmons. Got a hand on it. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Healed the pass to Cauley-Stein. Here's Bielitsa. The wide open look here for Fox. And a miss there on the triple.
No flow to their offense at all yet. I mean, just 1 for 5 from the floor to start the game.
Here's Simmons. Nails the hook. Simmons got 8 points.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Fox against Simmons. Fox passes to Bielitsa. The feed to Cauley-Stein. Bielitsa rebounded by Wilson Chandler. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And then Simmons slams it in.
The versatility of Simmons, astounding, amazing, impressive. Dunks like this are just insane.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. And Chris, with the way the 76ers have taken huge steps forward, what should the expectations be for this team the next few years?
I wouldn't be surprised, Kev, if they were competing for a title in a few seasons. I mean, they have a very flexible cap to improve their roster, and anything less than that, I think, should be viewed as a disappointment.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. Certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. Fourth, the 76ers.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive.
Embiid comes with a double team. To the middle. Here's Cauley-Stein. He can't get that one to fall. And Philadelphia the other way now. At the elbow, Chandler. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Chandler's got his first bucket in this one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Fox. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
Love the aggressiveness. Shumpert isn't afraid of going inside.
Here's Simmons. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Fox against Simmons. Fox, no good. The 76ers leading by 11. The finish. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Here's Fox. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. And Wilson Chandler with the slam.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Right off the opening tip, they've been relentless. And this style of play can be hard to come back against.
And Sacramento has possession after the Sixers pick up 2. Heel dishes to Shumpert. Now Fox. From 12 feet out. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And if you give Fox the mid-range area, he'll take it. It's good seeing him improve from there.
Shots good by Simmons.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And stolen by Simmons for the finish. And Simmons slams it in.
Oh, the quick hands of Simmons. He's great at realizing when to risk going after steals.
The Kings trail by 17. Inside, Embiid with the steal. And up the floor again, the 76ers running the floor. Now, here's Fox. And so Sacramento again turning it over.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Embiid. He's been dominant over the last month. He's averaging 28 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to.
Oh!
Come on, did you see that? Did you see that?
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Oh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
She thinks I'm guilty of this crime. I don't think I'll wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow's so far. It seems like a flaw in design. I seek you out and you never seem to have the time. We're all so careful now. Too close, you're finding out. Is it me being blind? Notice that I'm kind. And now I'm pacing too fast to speak. It's me, so fine. I was only looking to be.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Denver. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, Sacramento, 10 games behind.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able.
Look at that jam.
Wow.
I mean, just beautiful.
Sick. Playing to his strengths on the offensive end. Simmons, I mean, an added bonus whenever he catches fire.
The Kings trail by 21. Fox kicks to Bielitsa. Healed against Butler. To the paint. Can they get it? And it's blocked by Simmons. And he recovers it. And Fox gets it to go. And Philadelphia has possession. Here's Simmons. And he banks in the layup. Simmons got 26 points.
He has them reeling. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
And stolen by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
The speed is Simmons. It's hard to keep pace, but he excels at using it to capitalize in transition.
Sacramento's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240. and he can D-up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Fox passes to Bielitsa. Back to Fox. To the inside. Over Butler. Fox, no good.
He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
With the hook shot. And Simmons with the nice bucket inside. Simmons got 32 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
And some changes here for the Kings. Giles checked in for Cauley Stein. Bagley comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Bogdanovich in for Shumpert. They double him with Butler. Sacramento moving it around. Fox makes it off the glass. Fox has got 9.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of, but it's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
No good from Simmons.
The defense recognizing the situation and getting right in his face once he got close to the bucket.
The tray. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Banked in off the glass. Simmons got 34.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Fox kicks to Hield. Back to Fox. No good with the triple. Philadelphia with the ball. And Butler, here we go. Tries again, and the layup is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And stolen by Butler. By himself, and it's Butler with the jam.
And everyone knows Butler is a lockdown defender, but also terrific at coming up with steals.
They double him with Butler. And so Sacramento again turning it over. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the 76ers.
And most of the damage being done by the backcourt. They've leaned on their guards big time, and the plan has worked to perfection. The small ball approach has been the way to go.
And Simmons slams it in.
Look at that burst of speed. Look how well Simmons used that to get to the lane he wanted to get to the rim. You're going to pay for it.
They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
Back to Fox for 3. Rebound by the 76ers.
He's got to find better looks, so he's never going to pull out that funk he's in tonight.
Here's Embiid. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Embiid's got his first points of the game.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
To the middle, here's Giles, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Passes like that help develop team chemistry. Bogdanovich, I love the display of unselfishness.
Shots good by Simmons.
This is an amazing run he's on. It's like he's been the only guy on the floor this quarter.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Bogdanovich finds Hield. Here's Fox. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Simmons, and he dunks it right in, right on Buddy Hield. Oh, man.
A problem inside. That's what he is. Once Simmons gets the ball in the positioning that he wants, he goes for the throwdown.
Fox against Simmons. Pass to Giles. Back to Fox. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Fox has got 11 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And Simmons slams it in.
And when you foul Simmons, you really got to foul him. You don't want to just mess around. He powers through it.
He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight. Sacramento making a switch here. Jackson's checked in.
One shot.
That's good from Simmons. The back-to-the-basket scoring obviously more uncommon these days than it was in the past. Can we even say now with any kind of certainty, Chris, who has the best hook shot in the game?
The best hook shot in the game by far, still belongs to Tony Parker. No, he is not a big man, but he did lead the league in paint scoring when he was in his prime. Now a little bit older, he can still get to it. When Tony Parker gets in that paint, Kevin, he has the best jump hook. When I played in the game, the only guy that I respected their jump hook as much as mine was his jump hook because he would float it over bigs so easy.
No kidding.
Oh, no kidding, Kev. He still has the best jump hook floater in the game. That's right, that man Tony Parker.
And Simmons slams it in.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Yeah, of the 2 teams, they're taking the more makeable shots. Let's see if they can sustain it throughout the game.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. Giles the pass to Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah. Ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Now, here's Fox. He's covered by McConnell. Bagley, and finished off by Bagley.
Oh, this is what smart point guards do. Fox is adept at realizing the defense's mistakes and exploiting it.
Hits it again. Wow. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Philadelphia shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
One shot.
And that one misses. Well, the Kings moving their G League affiliate from Reno to nearby Stockton, California, which is a 45-minute drive from the Golden One Center.
Yeah, I love it, and the Kings fans have more of the Kings brand to support. I mean, it's all about accessibility for players and personnel. I mean, a definite change in climate, though. They'll get cooked.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. .15 seconds left in the first quarter. Shamet, he's covered by Bogdanovich, and it's good, 2 points. 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Fox, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be right back after this. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Rumors are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. Try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
An interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Well, that's what happens when you're aggressive on that end of the floor. They took a few chances and took control of the game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Sacramento, Bagley and Giles, both former Blue Devils, are the 4 and the 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. And it's Jackson in at the small forward position. Here's Fox. 9-point game his last outing. 5 to shoot. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Philadelphia. De'Aaron Fox, C-Webb, with a very slender build. Does that concern you at all?
Not at all. I love his wiry strength. It holds up the contact better than you might think. Plus his speed beats strength any day. He's got to stay in the weight room, though. He knows it.
Two shots. Last on the first.
And he knocks down the first one. When it came to a big man's responsibilities, you helped pave the way for so much change in that regard. But what are some of the big C-Webb now doing that weren't done when you were playing?
I don't know, Kevin, if it was anything that they weren't doing, but it's the freedom to do it with consistency. So even if we talk about a Larry Bird, who only could shoot maybe a 3.5 a game, let's just round it up to 2 threes a game. Well, now, what if Larry Bird had the freedom to shoot 10 threes a game like guys do now? And so I think that the game has caught up with players' skill set as opposed to the skill set catching up with players' game. So no longer are you held to being a big man. Now you can be a basketball player, and being a basketball player for Dirk Nowitzki is much better than him being a big man. Dirk Nowitzki being a basketball player that he is means that he is a threat wherever he is on the floor, because he's not just limited to a 2-foot box space there in the post. And for defenders like myself, I would much rather Dirk Nowitzki have to stay 2 feet in the post than to be able to shoot the ball whenever, wherever he wanted to. Because I tell you what, now you got a problem, because he can knock it down from anywhere and everywhere that he wants to.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
Here's Jackson. And the shot no good, a bit short. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And the basket by Brewer.
And Brewer has that road runner-esque speed. Beep, beep. I mean, just coasting all the way to the bucket in transition.
Jackson in the corner. Sacramento again missing. Brewer with the ball. Now guarded by Fox. Brewer, good. Brewer's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now, here's Fox, guarded closely. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Bogdanovich has got his second bucket tonight.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
TJ McConnell.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. To the middle. Here's Bagley. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Basket counts. 8 points for him.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Fox kicks to Jackson. Inside, here's Bogdanovich. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Look, I mean, think about Bogdanovich's skill level. It's tremendous. He can handle, pass. I mean, as we saw with the Rising Stars game last season, he shoots with deep range.
It's his first trip to the line.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Two.
The first one falls. And see, Webb, you talk about the skill level for Bogdanovich. 6'6", he can play some point guard if you need him to.
Oh, yeah, just think about this. Bogdan, a great passer, very unselfish. I mean, maybe too unselfish sometimes as well as he shoots. I'd like to see him be more aggressive, hunting the shot.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Harry Giles. Bielitsa comes in for Bagley, and it's Shumpert in there for Fox.
An all-around threat with a promising future. I mean, Bogdanovich has the tools and the drive. He could be a solid player in this league for many years.
Chandler with the steal. McConnell kicks to Brewer. Over Shumpert. And the basket by Brewer. Brewer's got his third basket of the night.
Well, that's the strength of Brewer. He uses that through contact on his drive. I mean, it's incredible how he does that. Nothing stops this guy.
Shumpert dishes to Cauley-Stein. Sacramento moving it around. Yep, that one goes.
He got pretty much a free run to the hoop right there. They might just count those as automatic points.
Shamet powered down with both hands.
No, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
Here's Bogdanovich. He has 7. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Shumpert. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
If you don't stick with Shumpert, especially in the pick and roll, that's where he burns.
Chandler. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul that goes against Sacramento. The 76ers have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. We'll see, Webb, there were a ton of huge personalities on this 76ers team, from the stars right on down to the rotation players.
Well, it starts with the Embiid. You know, he's talking junk out there. And think about the quiet swagger that Simmons plays with. This group genuinely get along, and they play for each other. The trials they went through to get here as a core, they should have all the confidence in the world.
And he's good on the second. Chris, one strength for the Kings has been their bench.
Well, their reserves have carried them at times. I mean, for a young team, though, you know, you're developing guys, and you like that competition. The subs pushing their counterparts in the starting lineup, that's not a bad thing.
Here's Brewer, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Hield.
Oh, you got to respect the mindset of Brewer, a team player who is fantastic at moving the ball.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Brewer. Every once in a while, we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C-Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well.
Right.
Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Yeah, great perspective on that topic. Sacramento's gone 1-2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That is his first foul of the game. Butler, he's checked in for Brewer. And Philadelphia calls time here.
And think about, Kevin, this talented 76ers team. Coach Brown helped shape and form the core of this roster. I mean, he's come up with the group much as they have grown under him.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the 76ers.
Here's a look at some stats for Hield. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's putting up about 21 points per, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
Oh, an offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
Here's Butler in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside. He utilizes his height and strength well and varies that release point. Yet the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Here's Hield. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Atlanta. Outside jumper. He kicks it to Hield. Red ball movement here by the Kings. Jackson misses.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And slam dunk by Butler.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Redick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
Here's Shumpert. He's got 6. The pass to Bielitsa. On the wing, Hield. Back to Bielitsa. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Shamet and the powerful one-handed slam.
Good at recognizing when the defense is overcommitted. I mean, Embiid is terrific at sharing the ball.
Hield with it. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. To the paint. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The shot by Redick, no good. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Fires for 3, and Heald with the basket on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
What timing from Hill. Love how he sizes up these opportunities as the pass is coming his way.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go. And you can see the break slowed down for him to kind of pick his spot, and boy, was he open.
Got that one up quick. Embiid's got 5.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Down low, here's Cauley Stein. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Shumpert passes to Bialica. That one wide left. And here are the 76ers now. And that one's good by Butler. He's got 12.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Outside Jackson. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Jackson misses.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And there it is for him.
But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
And here is Shumpert. 8 points for him.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
Butler. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Sacramento's gone 4-7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Nice. Look how alert Shumpert is. He knows whenever one of his teammates is open to get him to rock.
And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
And in the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
A lot. I mean, they came in focused on winning the rebound battle, and they've done it. He's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving them the fits out there.
The baseline J, and it comes off the front of the rim. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Fox, he's checked in for Jackson. And the 76ers also making a change. Simmons is checked in. Timeout called the 76ers. Well, with Embiid, the only thing that is going to slow him down, or has slowed him down so far, C-Webb, is injuries.
Now, people forget that Embiid would have been the top pick in his draft if he was fully healthy. I mean, too often do great big men have their careers derailed because of injuries. Embiid, though, I think Embiid has overcome his rough patch of health. I mean, I think he's going to be a monster as long as he stays on the floor.
Giles is checked in for Sacramento. Bagley comes in for Bialica. Korkmaz checked in for Philadelphia. 1:30 left now here in the second. Simmons against Fox. Kicks to Shumpert. Shoots from 12. That one a little long.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Simmons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simmons got 53.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
They've come in with the great overall strategy, the right attitude, and the scoreboard reflects that. I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Fox against Simmons. Here's Fox. 17 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Now, here's Bagley. Not a lot of room. No good on the shot. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Here's Korkmaz. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. To the inside. Embiid with the steal. And here comes the break. Shot's good from Butler. Butler's got 20.
He has been running circles around the defense, and it's a different playing field now with Butler being on.
And so it's Philadelphia with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. That's our strength anyways. And for us, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home for them. Clapping for yourselves. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He had a scoring performance for the ages, putting up an enormous amount of points, 3 steals and 1 assist. Multiple times we saw the bench cheering him on in the first 2 quarters of this one. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
Oh, well, you take some chances. Sometimes you can get burned, but you hope more often than not that you can be a catalyst for your team.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Chandler and Embiid are together down low. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2, and it's Butler in at the 3. And Simmons slams it in.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
And so here's Sacramento. They host the Spurs after this one. Fox kicks to Hield. Pass to Bialica. Shumpert gets a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
What focus from the young guard. I like how Simmons stayed locked in on scoring despite the contact.
Now Fox. Down low, Cauley-Stein kicks to Bialica. Fox. Off target with his three.
Third straight miss to start the half, but it's still early. No need to panic.
And
oh goodness. Did you see that? Terrific at penetrating inside. The mobility Simmons possesses at his size, amazing.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Pass to Bialica. The three. And Embiid pulls it down.
They haven't been able to get their legs under them since coming out of the locker room. 0 for 4 to start the half.
And that one's good, Simmons.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
At the elbow, Fox. And it falls over the rim and in. Fox has got 19 points.
And they finally get one to go. I mean, and just in time, an 0 for 4 start to the second half can really make a team tighten up.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul that goes against Sacramento. The 76ers have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw, no good.
I mean, you got to love the skill set Simmons possesses. A nightly triple-double threat. He stuffs the stat sheet.
And he sinks the second. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Redick against Shumpert. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Simmons. Here's Redick, and he gets it to go. Redick's got 6.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
Well, I don't know what they talked about at halftime, but they found a weakness in the defense.
Here's Shumpert. Here's Cauley-Stein, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. He's got 8.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley-Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, they figured out what's working, and that's what they're going to keep hammering on.
Here's Fox. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Fox has got 4 points this quarter. Here's Redick. Drops in the layup for 2.
Not just a shooter, Redick can also get inside, effective at exploiting holes in the defense.
Sacramento's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Fox against Simmons. Fox kicks to Cauley-Stein. And the shot falls short this time.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect from the field to start the half.
To the paint. Here's Shumpert. Tries again. They kick out to Heel. Off target from three-point range. And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 17-6 run. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Philadelphia, they have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Sacramento. Then for the 76ers, Mike Muscala is checked in for Embiid. Brewer comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Simmons.
And just no question that Butler is a bona fide star. I mean, a tough, rugged defender who's also a juggernaut on offense.
Outside, Bogdanovich hits the three-point bomb. Bogdanovich has got 10 points.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it. Bogdanovich, a great understanding of how to play the game of basketball. That IQ, that confidence, very valuable to this young Sacramento team.
Here's Muscala. And it's Fox with the rebound. Fox has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Right side, Bogdanovich. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. He's got 12. And Bogdanovich, well-liked in the locker room.
A great teammate, and he's won at the highest levels in Europe. Look, he brings a leadership and an understanding of what it takes.
Feeds to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Wow, at 7 feet tall, Cauley Stein is a major threat to throw it down. If he gets the ball close to the rim, the D is pretty much toast.
Brewer, good.
Nice job to get to the rack before the D could get any help in the post.
The Kings shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Fox passes to Bogdanovich. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And you can see the comfortable level Bogdanovich has. I mean, close to the rim, he knows he has the touch.
Brewer. Chandler trying to free himself up. Brewer's shot is off.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near him.
Lays it up off the glass. Brewer's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
That's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Bogdanovich, no luck. Philadelphia dictating the flow. Here's Butler, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Butler's got 25 points in the game.
And Butler has really bulked up since coming into the league. You see his strength on tough shots with the contact.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. Buddy Hield grew up in a tough area in the Bahamas. Didn't have a lot of things the rest of us all take for granted.
Yeah, he slept in a room with all 6 of his ceilings. At the crack of dawn, he'd tiptoe over them. I mean, think about this. To make sure he got to school on time, he had to be the first in his kitchen to boil water for his bath. I mean, what a story. Shows you where he came from, but also shows you
gentlemen,
what
2
he's
shots.
about.
Roof shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Think about Hield. I mean, wow, the college player of the year, his senior season at Oklahoma. Look, he made dramatic improvement over his college career, and he's done the same thing here in the pros.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Harry Giles comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Bagley in for Bielitsa. And he makes both free throws. And Hield, Chris, is shooting well over 40% from three-point range the last couple seasons.
Think about this. He's crept into the top 20 all-time in career percentage. That alone will keep him in the league for a long time. And his overall game, it's only getting better.
To the inside. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Inside. Chandler's shot, good. Chandler's got 7.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Brewer. Oh, and the dunk by Brewer.
Oh, I love the energy of Brewer. He loves to dunk the ball when an opportunity presents itself.
Now, here's Fox. He's got 21. Pass to Bogdanovich. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Here's Muscala. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 6.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the flow of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent. Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
And the layup's good off the glass. Muscala's got 6 here in this quarter.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Fox kicks to Giles. And he jams it with authority.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Yes, that goes in.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Kings shooting well, 50% from the floor. To the paint, here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as it keeps working.
There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Kings making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Timeout called the 76ers.
Timeout called for Philadelphia.
When I touch down, yes,
who wants a free t-shirt?
Yes,
make some noise.
Looking mad, depressed, I'm young, black, handsome, and fab. But let's get to the faddest. You maddest. What you say and what you doing ain't adding up. Do a ring around the squad, but she see me on it, now she ain't passed it up. No way, we own it. You looking in the eyes of the chosen. Hey, don't know where I'm going, but I go it. Hey, feel goal, kick a ride, once you're going, I'm a going touchdown. Boom, shaka laka. Ooh, eyes on me, I see you watching. Ooh, we do what we want to. Ooh, if it's true, we come through. Ooh, we on it. Ooh, yeah, 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 we on it. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Touchdown on the PJ. Last night was a Burma replay. Hiding ready like Steve's piece of shit. You know I can't fight the demons. She run her hair through my lies, but she wanna rise. Now I love it when you call me Pop.
And looking at the numbers for De'Aaron Fox, this past month he's really set himself apart. Averaging about 15 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
But they recover it. They grab their own miss, and it's blocked. They recover it. Muscala with the ball. 8 points for him. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 45% from the field since coming out of the locker room at halftime. That's tipped. And now Philadelphia on the break. Brewers got the ball. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
Philadelphia dictating the flow. Here's McConnell, and the shot goes down.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
2 minutes.
And here is Fox. 21 points in the game. Bagley with the bucket.
And we saw this from Bagley in college. He has very good touch around the rim. Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. 1:43 left in the third quarter. Here's Fox. And now the 76ers on the break. Jumps up, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Yeah, guys, and the finish is the perfect capper. I mean, taking it all the way to the 10.
Now the pass to Brewer. 1:07 left to play in the third. Here's Fox. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Korkmaz. He's covered by Bogdanovich, and he comes up with the deuce. 56 seconds left to play in the third.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Puts up a 3. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Oh, he's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Well, if you're his teammate, you love this right now because all you have to do is focus on finishing.
Now Fox. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Scooped up. Bagley. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
And how about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Korkmaz, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. He has never been better. This is the most points he's scored in his career. And he is looking to add to it. Right back after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
This is the versatility you need to play in today's game. 2 guards have to be able to make plays for others.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then there's Mason. Then there's Kufis. And it's Farrell in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Here's Williams. When it comes to playing the role of villain in the eyes of many NBA fans, you know, you've got LeBron going to Miami, Durant leaving OKC, going to Golden State. C-Webb is having someone to root against good for the league. It seems to build some passion in sports for sure.
I mean, there can never be a hero without a villain. Sure. Even if that villain is temporary for one season. So one of the great things about the NBA is that our offseason normally is just as exciting as the main season because of the trades and who's going where and the changing of allegiances, of alliances. I mean, so I definitely love all the movement. And, you know, the great thing is you're never going to agree with what any player does 100% the whole time. So I love seeing the changes in the league and having someone to root against. I think it's good for the fan soul to have somebody that you can honestly root against.
Oh, that's fun. He hits the second from the line. Here's Milton. Buries it down low. So it's Sacramento now. Mason kicks to Kufis. To the inside. Jackson trying to break free. Shot's good from Mason.
I like to see them getting the ball down low and then getting a quality shot.
Inside, Bolden. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, and now he's landing body blows.
Jackson misses.
Man, low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Pass to Farrell. Fires the three. Rebound by the 76ers.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Bolden, and he uses the glass on the layup. Mason with it. C-Webb, there was a time when athletes spoke up about societal issues and they were simply told to, just stick to sports. That is no longer the case.
Basketball was built on players speaking their mind. The one thing about the game of basketball, whether you're from Serbia like my friend Vlade or you're from Detroit like me, it's an urban game. And you cannot leave the problems of urban society just because you were blessed with the talent to play basketball. And so many of us speak up on societal issues just because we made it doesn't mean that our friends and family are out of those situations. We're not in a bubble in which we don't see how those issues affect us, our family, or our friends. And so just because we're blessed with basketball abilities, sporting abilities, does not mean that we're exempt from the problems in society. And if we have a platform and can speak out, why not? And I'm very proud of what guys in the league has done, whether it's LeBron James and his scholarship program, or whether it's Chris Paul and others, or Steve Kerr speaking up for societal issues. For me, it's refreshing, but it also is in the lineage of the greats that started this game in basketball, speaking up for the voiceless.
That shot, no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's Korkmaz, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento.
76ers. Korkmaz at the line for two.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him. Before last season, the NBA voted to restructure the lottery odds. C-Webb, you think the changes will promote, better competition?
More even odds for the bottom five teams.
Right.
That's the way that it should be. The bad teams should get the little bit of help that they're needed. And I do think that it promotes better competition. So I'm definitely happy with the way the NBA restructured the lottery odds.
The Kings have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Pass to Farrell. Jacks up a three. He doesn't hit that one. And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 16-7 run. That one good for two.
Terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
Sacramento's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Here is Mason. He kicks it to Kufis. To the inside. Bielitsa with the bucket.
Terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
To the inside, Kufis, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. C-Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places, they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. And Yeah. You know, I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curb on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Mason kicks to Williams. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Korkmaz has got 4 rebounds in this game. Timeout called the 76ers.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome to the court America's best dance crew, your Sacramento Kings dance team.
Wilson Chandler in for Philadelphia.
Wilson Chandler.
For a long time, beat writer, determined NBA awards. C-Webb is someone who's been up for some of these. Do you feel the voting system as structured now is fair?
I don't know how it can be fair if it doesn't have any players or coaches involved. You know, I can't necessarily vote on the best doctors because I don't know what it entails, but I can definitely trust other doctors to give their comments on their peers. I think peer awareness is some of the most reliable that you can go for. But, I mean, we have some very knowledgeable writers, sports writers, and media personnel that know. But for the most part, you need help of the players and the coaches to make sure that the integrity is there.
Passes it to Farrell. Launches a 3, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Here's Milton. The three-pointer off the mark. Sacramento's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Here's Mason, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Korkmaz has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Milton. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Well, the game looks like it's starting to wear on them. Unable to get out, defend the perimeter, unfocused. This is a bad sign. The defense is doing just enough to bother him on the jumper.
Here's Korkmaz. Rebound by Williams.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
They need this. Korkmaz grabs the miss. Korkmaz has got 6 rebounds in the game. Milton played in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know what? I like Johnson's unselfishness, ready and willing to move it to the open man.
The Kings shooting only 35% in the 4th quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Koufis with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Farrell for 3. Rebounded by Wilson Chandler. Chandler's got 7 rebounds in the game. Johnson goes in. Chandler trying to free himself up. Good work there as it goes. And it's 6 points for Johnson.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
To the middle. Here's Koufis on the money from 12 feet away.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
But yeah, using his size, that's what I like about his game. He understands where he has the advantage. Then he exploits it.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento. Pro basketball is one of the few sports where awards are league-wide, C-Web, and not divided by conference. I wonder if the NBA should consider giving out separate awards, for the East and the West.
Kev, I don't know about Eastern and Western Conference, but I do believe that there should be an offensive MVP. I do believe there should be a difference between MVP and maybe the best player in the league, because how do we define some of these things? So I do think we can tinker with some of the awards, but East and West, I'm not really sure with. I think it should always be about the best out of the total number of teams and conferences.
Good perspective. He makes 1 of 2 that time. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his first foul. To the paint. Here's Farrell.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
And here's Chandler from the arc. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Mason the pass to Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Just skilled at attacking on the drive. He's got the size and mobility. Bagley just really tough to contain.
Chandler's shot good.
You can't pass up a shot from such short range.
Here's Farrell. There's the Mason. Bagley the ball. Hand on him.
And once Bagley doors, his turn to the
The glass. 6.
Still attacking. Built on the stretch.
They're through. Next 2 point.
Make me daddies. That's a shot. John, very comfortable with Jimmy.
And look here, Chelsea. Oh, they're running down.
Keeping the ball safe on the right.
And shows off. Oh, comes the alley-oop. Child. That will go. Count. This got 10 points in the quarter. Sacramento on its disappointing 6 3 points in the 4. Here's Giles. The rim at 10.
Straight.
Look at Greg like my ribs going loose. Here's Johnson. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Well, listen to 6'9". The mid-Johnson is a lot bigger than that.
To the middle. Here's Giles. Marvelous lead pass and throws it down.
The location of that assist was awesome. That was a sweet lead pass.
To the inside. Plays the banana pretty.
That was a sensational. He hit him right on the move.
For Sacramento, they're shooting pretty good tonight. 48-10.
My goodness, he is such a great dunk.
Greg, a high rider, no doubt about it. Shem. It's deflected.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the 76ers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Ben Simmons.
From an offensive standpoint, he was their leader tonight. Whenever they needed a big bucket, he was always the guy to come up with it.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Williams. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Brewers checked in. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. That one drops for him.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Wow, this is just a huge road win. These guys banded together. Just an awesome performance.
Puts it up from 12. And again, it's Philadelphia.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
All by himself. Here's Milton. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Fellas, that's just like it's supposed to work. Don't give the D a chance to set up.
Timeout called, the 76ers. They're ahead. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
No, well, they're not going to take any chances. I mean, they're going to play it out until the final whistle, no matter what the score is.
Oh, please, my AAA. You man want me to cue and freeze? Nah, not me. Never that G. Put on my go-to face with me. As you can see, I got my go-to face on. And they can't chat when I got my go-to face on. Pull up at the show, I put my go-to face on. Feds on my case, but I got my go-to face on. So just act like I told you. You can tell by the look on my face I ain't come here to do nothing else but go true. Just tell all the man them road true. That's why better know plus 20. Questions I beg you don't ask me any. That means I don't wanna hear nothing other than go true. And here's your bottle of hello. Born and raised in the ghetto. They chat to police and my sing for settle. Put on my go-to face and swing at MC all over the place. Raggo. Come true stinking at white Air Max Stone Island camo. And it's very loud, so excuse me if I get a little bit pyro.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Here's Farrell to the inside. Bagley nails the baby hook.
And I tell you what, when Bagley plays with energy, it is difficult trying to stop him. Awesome at just staying on the attack.
And McConnell gets it to go. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, you have become a star in this league, big part of the team. Have those expectations put more pressure on you individually?
No pressure. I think I'm gonna do what I do each and every night. Not gonna play well every night. So I just gotta focus on me, this team. Can't worry about the outside influences.
A real leader, Jimmy. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.